Pack a bag, folks. Glitch Production recently announced a pop-up store for the amazing digital Circus in Japan, and it's everything you could ever dream about. The pop-up event will take place in Tokyo and Osaka, and it will be the show's first major event, taking place from on 26th of April to 23rd of June. The indie animation studio didn't want our Asian friends to feel left out of the fun, so for a short while, fans of the show will get to purchase merchandise and take pictures with life-size cutouts of their favorite characters. This unique pop-up store is great, and all but the mind-blowing thing about the event is the early screening for the second episode happening on the 25th of April. Yes, you heard that right. Japanese fans of the show will have the opportunity to see episode 2 of the amazing digital Circus. And we can't tell you how jealous that makes us feel. The pop-up store event should come right around when the last episode of Murder Drones drops, and we only care about the season finale of Murder Drones because we know it will let Glitch focus on the amazing digital Circus. We already know that the month of May is important for non-Japanese fans of the show, since we will get the official YouTube release, but we can't help but wonder why it has to take so long. It's understandable if Glitch wants to draw as much attention to the show with the pop-up store and advanced screening, but we can't help but wonder about certain things. First and foremost, having the screening on the 25th of April means the episode has been animated and finished, but we still have to wait because of Glitch's rigid time frame. Right now, we have to say their time frame sucks because we have been waiting for the next episode for months now, and it has become quite annoying at this point. The other thing to consider while dealing with an early screening is the possibility of viewers leaking the show before we even get a chance to watch it. It's not an exaggeration when we say there are a lot of people who will do anything to have insider knowledge on the amazing digital Circus. We can imagine a scenario where a desperate fan somehow records the whole episode on their phone and releases it online. We don't need to tell you how bad things will get if that happens. In the best case scenario, the weird content farms on YouTube will have juicy info to make video upon videos on the show. Who knows, viewers might actually come across a video from one of those content farms, and the damage will be done. We have already spotted a few channels trying to pass off AI images as real clips from Glitch. Imagine what would happen if they got their hands on some low-quality footage of the second episode. You don't need to be a genius to know that they will use the hell out of those clips. And at the end of the day, the only ones smiling will be the content farms who stand to gain a lot from a leak. Apart from the damage that will cause to the show, you don't want to even think about how mad fans will get when they realize they didn't get the chance to see the episode in HD. Because early screenings aren't a new thing, there is a possibility that Glitch will leave out parts of the episode, so the Japanese audience will still need to watch the show once it is released officially. The show just crossed the 300 million viewers mark, and it's wild to think that fans loved the show so much they watched it over 300 million times. It just proved that despite being out for over 5 months, fans kept going back to the pilot because it was really special. Personally, we can't comment on the number of times we've watched the pilot, but all we can say is it's properly in the low hundreds. With a solid fan base willing to watch your show over and over again, it would make sense to have a schedule that maximizes the viewing potential. If Glitch gets everything right, they should be able to amass over 100 million views for the second episode in no time. If they successfully pull it off, the company is looking at a massive payday, and with the merchandise sale, they should have enough to speed up production. We have already suffered for 5 months waiting to see what the next episode is about. And the more we wait, the more theories fans pump out. As the show's creator, Gooseworx isn't making things better with her vague answers on episode 2. Even though the trailer for episode 2 gave us a small taste of what to expect, it still left us with a lot of questions unanswered. There is nothing more annoying than showing us new locations and a whole host of characters, but not providing any concrete information on who the characters are. We all have this idea of an epic Candy Canyon adventure, but Gooseworx just had to spoil it all with her tweet, where she claims the rest of the show is going to be totally different from what we expect. It's almost like she derives joy in seeing the fans' failed attempts at guessing how the show will turn out. She might be the show's creator, but that doesn't mean we won't try to uncover the show's secrets. Like, what's the deal with abstracted characters like Kaufmo, and the crossed-out characters we saw in the hallway scene? Knowing how unorthodox Glitch can be, we might as well get a completely strange episode that focuses on something the fans don't expect. An example of this unorthodox approach would be giving us an episode entirely dedicated to Kaufmo. If that happens, it will really give viewers the chance to see what made the sad clown go insane. And maybe we might get attached to the character. It could come in the form of a prequel, and it would give the show's creator more time to delve deeper into everything that happened before Pomni's arrival. There is nothing better than meeting up with like-minded fans to enjoy the day checking out cool merch and watching an unreleased episode of your favorite show. If you want to know what it feels like to be part of a crazy community that loves the amazing digital circus, you have to subscribe to the channel and smack that notification button to stay one step ahead. Another character who would benefit from a prequel episode is Kinger. As the oldest member of the circus, the chess piece has lived through a lot. Right now, he might seem like a crazy old man, but that doesn't mean we can get a good episode out of him. Imagine going back 10 to 20 years into the past with Kinger, as he navigates life in the circus with other characters. It shouldn't surprise you that a lot of fans would give anything to see a young, sane Kinger with Queenie. If we are lucky, a prequel like that could provide some info on who the crossed-out character we see in the hallway to Kaufmo's room. A prequel would fit Gooseworx's quirky narrative of deviating from what everyone thinks of the show and still provide an excellent story for the fans. No matter what they decide to do with the next few episodes of the show, we know that the Candy Canyon Kingdom has to take center stage at one point. With characters like Fudge Monster and Gumagoo, you just know Gooseworx will be brimming from ear to ear once we get to see what they are like. We also don't want to forget the other characters who don't look like they fit into the Candy Canyon adventure. Even though Kane wants us to believe Martha Mildenhall and the other ghost-like character might pop up in episode 2 of the series, we are having a hard time believing him. As we have explained in another video, the characters with a ghostly aura look like they are connected to something haunted, like a haunted house or castle. The haunted castle theory really works well with the clip of Kinger holding a freaking shotgun. If we get a scary episode, we know it's going to be badass, but this is just what we think. We can't deny that it hurts to know that fans of the show in Japan will be receiving preferential treatment with the early screening of episode 2, but we just have to survive for one more month. Having a pop-up store in Japan sets a precedent for what to expect moving forward. Who knows? Glitch may decide to have pop-up stores all around the globe, and you never know when the amazing digital circus might pop up in your neighborhood. Japan is an amazing country with a lot of people who love animated shows, but we believe there are other countries like Japan where the pop-ups would bring in a crazy number of fans. Hopefully, there won't be any leaks from the Japanese screening, and we will all get to see the show once it gets released on YouTube. If by any chance the show gets leaked, we already know the kind of catastrophe it will cause in the community. We might not be able to stay away from the leak, even though it might be a video recorded on a phone. Seeing how Glitch always released a trailer before every episode of Murder Drones, we expect them to reuse the same techniques for the amazing digital circus. So once we get to May and you come across a short clip teasing the second episode of the show, you should know it's almost time to party. If you can't wait till May to see the second episode of the amazing digital circus, all you need to do is book a ticket to Japan, and you might be one of the lucky few to see it first. For the rest of you who can't afford the trip to Japan, we have a lot of videos for you to watch in anticipation of the second episode. If you really want to be part of the Backstage family, consider subscribing to the channel.